greed. How how evil and despicable people are when they give in to their greed. These people, they want everything. They want to be on top. They want to have all the nice things, the gold, the nice cars, the nice jewelry, everything, the latest fashion. They want it all. Greed. It's a very corrosive factor, and to have that in your life, everyone needs a little bit. But how this world is run, everyone needs a little bit of everything. They need a little bit of good washed in with a little bit of bad. Without that healthy medium balance, how can we ever live? We will be, if we're all tipped on one side of the scale, the other side will be disastrous. You see, if you put all your weight on one side of the pedestal, you'll notice on the other side of the pedestal, it will be up. It will be out of there. It won't be even. This is a very crucial factor in a lot of success. A lot of businessmen, a lot of enterprises, they rely solely on their greed and how much they can take with them once they are hoarding. You see, they do have a lot, but at what cost? At the cost of giving up your very soul. You're giving in to the greed that your instinctual brain actually craves. Like, you're not speaking from your heart when you are greedful. You're speaking from your physical. You are speaking from a point of view that you want, you don't need. A lot of people, they struggle with this. I hope you're not one of them, because you need to find yourself and you need to realize, man, I can't let this control me, because it controls me. Yes, myself. I am a greedy person at sometimes. Here's an example. I wanna I wanna go for a hit with the slither of health that this boss has in Dark Souls. I said yes, I can take it, but then I get swiped out one hit because I'm using RTSR. Bad move. Okay, that's basically the 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 lit the basic concept of greed is going for things that didn't need necessarily to be went for. Getting things that you don't need. And this concept of greed really ties in with how people behave as well. People may go crazy over their possessions. People may want as much as they can. They will fill their houses to the brim in idols, statues, um, good looking things because they saw it in a magazine and they want it all. It's acceptable, but it depends the way who told you. Who told you exactly to get all those things? Did it come from your heart, or did it come from your greed, your want? Did it come from your need, or did it come from your want? That's another thing. Like, if you're living life and you're just thinking about stuff, tell yourself, where is this coming from? I mean, is my heart telling me I need this, or is it's just you can feel the difference, because it's sort of a vacancy of wanting something, but when you actually need something, you feel it deep. And these feelings should not be ignored. You should go for it straight up, even if you may think, oh, this is me wanting it, but if you feel it, it's the feeling is much different than just actually needing something or wanting something. You can differentiate what you want and need just by the feeling itself, and you will know that feeling and practice it. Try and get better at it, knowing what's what, the difference between wanting and needing, because it is a profound difference. Like, you'll feel it deep down in your heart. Like, when you really want a girl, it will occur to you the difference between wanting and needing, and pursue that feeling. Act upon that feeling as much as you can, because all that can bring you is to new horizons. All that can bring you is to better doorway. It can open up a lot of doorways to better things, and don't ignore these precious feelings. But back on topic here, greed. Greed affects a lot of people and how they act. This is truly certain when people obviously conflict against what gaming consoles they want to use. People say one's better than the other. The truth is, it's still minimalistic hardware that you're limited to and cannot upgrade, no matter how how many features it may come with. There's always going to be new ones. Like 10 years, every 10 years there's always going to be new features. No point in acting all hype now when in 10 years time your hypeness will regain and just be like, oh wow, it's time for new shit. Right now you can go back to old consoles and still revisit the nostalgic, just beautiful juice that you get from playing it. It just brings you back. Like there's no point in acting as if this is the end all thing. These consoles, it's war. It's dead set. This one's better than the other. No, they all offer their own unique thing to the plate, but essentially in the end, all they're doing is either playing CD-ROMs or fucking Blu-rays. In the end, they're just fucking CD players. They're just CD players with a graphics card in it and a CPU, obviously, everything like that. But they're sort of very material when it comes to what really matters and what you're arguing over. I'm bringing this up because I notice a lot of people, this is the fucking lowest side of the spectrum of all arguments that happen on the internet. You'd have to do it ironically to actually make sense. If you're really arguing over what console is better than the other, you really need to check with a psychiatrist and see where in life you are. Because, you may have fallen off the wagon, man. You need to get checked out hardcore. But this is relevant in this time because a lot of kids, they do cause a lot of arguments over the internet, whether what is better, Xbox or PS4. Me, personally, I play on PS4 because it is a really good console, and I have to agree, Xbox One, wow, that's a really fucking good console. They both do the same virtual thing. They let you play next-gen games. That's about it. Anything else is just novelty. And here's the thing. I chose PS4 just because of Bloodborne. No other reason. If I were to choose, I would have chosen an Xbox One because I was particularly on the Xbox side of things. I never really got into PS3, but when I did start playing the PS4, it made me realize how it's just how it's so similar in ways that it just doesn't matter what you're playing. But obviously, when you get PC into the equation, then they lose all concept of what really they can do because PCs overshadow everything because they are basically what a console was designed around. Like a console was trying to be a portable PC, but just basically on the gaming side of things, they obviously added media and everything like that to it afterwards. But in the beginning, it was just trying to be its own portable processor, be its own thinker, be its own portable device that can play games. And that's basically what it boils down to. What are you looking at? You're just looking at a case with computer components inside of it. When it has a name on it, that just it's irrelevant what name it is. What you're looking at and what you're arguing over is a case with computer components in it. Okay, I don't need to say any more. That's what I think about the console wars. It's not a war. It's just people looking for things to argue over. And if it wasn't consoles, it'll be your mum or, what you wore to school. It just doesn't matter, bro. Okay, I'm going to start talking about what I personally, if I were to add anything to the whole console war argument, I'd say, yeah, PS4. It does. I'd prefer PS4 over Xbox One because I spent a lot of time on the PS4. The touchpad on the controller is very ergonomic. It's the PS4 is much more on the side of streaming. It's more friendly to YouTubers and Twitch streamers what it has to offer. And the Xbox One, well, I don't think I'll ever touch that. I think I'll be on my PC before I even go near any other fucking gaming console. I'll be playing on PC because that is obviously the superior choice to game on. Now, you may have your own belief on what you may prefer over others, and that's just over opinion, tomato, tomato. That's about the only thing it boils down to, how you see it and perceive it. Alright, guys, that's my view on that shit. Laters.